Greetings, I am CrossKnights, and this is Let's Play Rebuild, and unfortunately, tragedy has struck my Let's Play. I guess I should actually start from the town before I do things, but, I mean, that screen you just saw is gonna be relevant in a damn sec, so, here's the thing with me in HD footage, and I hope everything's, please tell me it isn't, do I still need to do things on this save? Alright, long story short, I lost some footage. I lost 85 days of the next town, and because of that, I need to somewhat reconstruct things. It's just gonna be a tiny bit hard. Oh no. This can't be the right save. I must have a more recent save. Please tell me I have a more recent save than this. It doesn't seem that I do, so that's great. Basically, when I record in HD, the program kind of freaks out a little bit if I try to edit it, so I have to compress it, and then I can delete the original footage. I have no idea how this happened, but apparently I didn't compress all of the original footage, and I deleted some of it. So, the problem with the way that these save games work and stuff is that, I could just do it all over again. That's an option. I just don't want to, because I've already recorded ahead of this town that I'm recording. Pretty far into it. I completed the entire next town, and some of the town after that. Alright, so I guess you're just gonna see the names of the towns now, like before, I described. But, I completed Woodstock, obviously, that's where I was gonna go to. Midtown, that's the town where I've missed all the footage. And then, New Washington, the town that I'm going to next, I'm good 50 days into there. Now, if I started over, I'd have to do all of Midtown and New Washington again. I don't want to do that. The reason Shady Lake is now in red is because I redid the entire town just to get one perk, and that perk is the Priest perk. Now, before I showed myself getting the Priest perk and the words and how it happens, but that footage is gone and I can't even get it back, because now if I try to do it again, I'll already have the Priest perk, and the option to get the Priest perk will be blacked out. Like, you'll notice whenever you get a new perk as the main character, there's a third option that does nothing. That's because if you replay it and you have both of those perks, that's the only one you can pick, is the one where you get nothing. So, whatever. I have the Priest perk. You can't see the description for it. I'm sorry. I hate it when this stuff happens. So here's what I'm going to have to do. I don't think I'm even going to finish, have me leaving Woodstock. All there was left to do was to leave Woodstock. Unfortunately, that means I'm gonna lose the storyline screen that happens whenever you beat a town. I think it just mentioned, that the Church of the Chosen was an interesting religion or something ridiculous like that, and that you hear that they have a base farther in the north. So what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna go to Midtown. I'm going to continue, I guess I'm going to delete Midtown and start again, because there's storyline events that I haven't recorded that you need to see. I guess you'll see the beginning of this at least. Alright, you delete. Yes. So it changed back into its original name. I can now click it. Alright. Wow, there are a lot of McNoodles in this town. That and graveyards. Is there a connection? The connection is fast food will kill. Okay. This is horrible. Because now I have all the people from the last town? Oh god. The save system for this game is very odd. I guess I'll say the least. God, I have to figure this out now. So, obviously, I didn't take them. Now they're gonna lose skills. Oh god. Oh god, I'm so confused, guys. I'm so confused. I don't know what to do. I guess we're just gonna start and I'm gonna deal with it, is what's gonna happen. So, first of all, I do not understand why the picture of the man has been replaced by 2 generic survivors. That's very odd to me. I don't know if there's an update. I don't know if it's a glitch, but that's the case. Here's what I'm going to do. So, I'm about 50 days into this town before I have a save. As soon as I complete the storyline portions of this town, I'm going to revert to that save. There's then going to be 30 days of me playing, and then I'm going to go back to my original footage. I'm sorry that this is jarring. What I like about this game is that I can kind of create a story narrative. I mean, that's one of the things I like. And that kind of depends on being internally consistent, right? And me suddenly having completely different survivors ruins that a bit. But I don't know what else to do at this point. I'm assuming you don't have a weapon. She doesn't have... That's right, I remember when I came to this town, I forgot to give her a weapon all those times ago, and it's biting me in the face again. Even she has a weapon, huh? Alright. This part is going to be way easier than it was the first time because I have 5 survivors because of the whole jet thing. Like, it's using... It seems like it's using the save from before, which is just very odd. It's using the save from when I left Trail as opposed to when I left Woodstock. Why? I don't know. I didn't go back to Trail. It's like the save system in this game is a little bit wonky in that way. But it's not really an issue, I guess, unless you're going back to towns and doing weird things like I'm now forced to do. So, I don't know. It sucks. I wish it didn't happen with this LP. Because in a way, this is a very important LP to me. And I think to a lot of subscribers, there's a lot of people that have been watching me for years that the first thing they saw was my rebuild thing. I gained a lot of subs because of that. And so I wanted, you know, I did like 40 hours of prep work for this LP. And unfortunately, this is one of the times where just, like, I guess something goofed. I didn't have enough space for footage. And I ended up needing to delete footage, and I didn't check it properly. And that's what it is now. Now I'm paying for it a little bit. But, yeah. Anyway, so that's that. We're in a town with apparently a bunch of McNoodles. This guy, of course, has the binoculars of justice and hope, so he can do super scouting. I can see that I don't currently have the priest perk. If I did, this would be a church, which is what happens. The useless building turns into a church if we have the priest perk. The priest perk raises your leadership, and it makes it so that it's more likely that people that join you will be devout. And thus happier because you automatically have a church. Which is pretty good. I mean, it's not really the best to have when you also have... What is happening here? I don't even have all... Obviously, it's pulled from an earlier save with these survivors. I really hope this doesn't screw up other things. If it does, I'm in trouble. But I don't think it will, because the other times I'll be loading from a save in town. But yeah, this is very odd. There have been unexpected consequences. I guess right now, my first priority is to get farms, because we're going to starve to death at this route. Someone needs to start farming. Let's just wait for him. Alright, so they scouted, that's great. Scavengers are better farmers, I think. So you farm. You claim this. I mean, if we go really gun-ho, I can take care of this pretty quickly. I really want to recruit him, but I think we just really need this mega farm immediately. So I'm just going to keep on clearing. But yeah, that's what... So... I don't know, I'll explain it more when it gets closer, but obviously there's going to be some continuity issues in this. Alright, but we popped up, we reclaimed a graveyard here, and this guy who I don't even know, he's not even supposed to be in this timeline. But okay, so the zombies in this graveyard are weird. Different. They seem to know how to use tools, at least rudimentary ones. I saw one turn a doorknob earlier today before I took off its head, and killed another one clutching a cell phone. Now one of them is lurching through the halls towards me with a pair of scissors. It's opening and closing them, like it's trying to cut something. This is pretty unusual behavior for a Zed. I'm gonna kill it. Done. This zombie, now ex-zombie, had once been an elderly woman, possibly a seamstress from the way she held those scissors. I couldn't see any signs of intelligence, just an empty hunger that all Zed shed. But why tools? Regular zombies can't make anything but claws with their hands, and the only weapons are their teeth. Tool-using zombies are a terrifying thought. I hope we don't see more. Me neither, but, I mean, actually I do. It's more interesting if I see more, don't you think? Here's the progress. I recruited 2 people. I'm trying to recruit this guy, actually. Okay, cool. You are a scavenger, please. And I'm not going to try to get to know any of these characters, because they're not going to stay around. Even the pilot and the... I mean, this guy. Even they're not going to stay around. They're supposed to not be here. This entire thing is ridiculous. Even the items I'm holding, I'm not sure I have them anymore. I don't remember how the last town ended. But yeah, that was a storyline event. There's going to be more of them. And I'm just going to try to show them. I think... Alright, we're going to have you replace this, because, again, you have the binoculars. That's the only reason you're so good at scouting anyway. I think I can reveal the other factions, at least. Let's do that. Gustav is here. As always, good start. And there they are. Alright, so the Last Judgment Gang is here. Once again. It's always a pleasure, guys, to have you guys here. We met them before, and we're meeting them again. I sided with them last time, but not because I agreed with them. It was because the riffs were dicks. And screw them. I'm sorry, you can't just pretend to be my friend when you've been raiding me the entire damn time. Really not okay, guys. I mean, I felt a little bit guilty about it, but not that much. Like, they got me so many times. They should really, you gotta think about things. If you're gonna ask for an alliance, you gotta treat people right. Right? I think so. Probably even farther up there should be another faction. How many factions are on this map? 2 more. Okay. I don't remember one of them. One of them, I certainly don't. There it is, the Rifts. That was one of the. That's the one I did remember. The third one. All right. Well, I think it's clear who the last faction is now. It's got to be the Rotten, right? Yeah. Investigate subway. Now, did I investigate the subway in the other one? I don't know. I really don't remember. I should probably check my other save, because my goal here now is to make things link up as much as possible, so there's less confusion. Alright, once again, I had a successful day of reclaiming the building at the 812. That's kind of great. It's not a 7-Eleven, it's an 812. I never realized that. I found a crossbow and didn't see any Zed. Until the way back. 10 or 20 of them. They were moaning and shambling after me like a typical horde, but then half of them split off down the side of the street. Odd. I picked up pace, staying ahead of them. But I didn't know the streets too well, and I got turned around. Suddenly, half of them were ahead of me. I accidentally dropped my crossbow in fear. They charged. As much as I would love to go back for it, because there's no consequence, because I'm going to reload after a certain point, I am going to leave it and run, because I know that's what I did originally. Screw items. How about getting out of here alive instead? I made a heroic leap from the top of a car to a fire escape, then climbed up to the roof of a building. From there, I could see our fort, and could tell which way to go, though I was only a few steps ahead of these monsters all the way back. They're definitely zombies, I think, but zombies splitting up and taking shortcuts? Zombies using tactics? Unusual and terrifying. Also, if this happened to the man, why is it showing him? Again, now I just feel like I'm just showing the story things, and I am. Because again, this doesn't matter. I just need to show all of the story parts so that I can load my save. And then the episode will be like normal, kind of, because I'm still going to be trying to match up with my previous shenanigans. But, getting the hell out of Dodge. Gastov stopped by briefly today. He didn't even try to sell us anything. He just said he was leaving Midtown for a while, and we should do the same. The new one's a bad mercy. Smart like monkey, they steal from Gastov. I guess he noticed the new breed of Zed here, who can use tools and open doors and stuff. Whatever they're coming from, they're certainly bad mercy, whatever that means. What did they steal? My beautiful Rebecca, he said sorrowfully. 1958. He was practically choking on the words. 66 special. Oh, you mean a car? I laughed. I didn't mean to cheapen the loss, but I couldn't see how a zombie would steal a Cadillac. At any rate, he claims they did, and that they ate the guy who was washing it, too. So, interesting fact here, this is different than any of the other towns, I guess. Gastov is gone. I can no longer trade with him. He literally left the town. I didn't even talk about, like, I wish I didn't lose my footage. It's not fair. I could be recording ahead now. But Midtown is a reference to my, my other LPs. Like, you notice I already had Downtown. Midtown is because I'm at the midway point, approximately. So, that's why I named it that first of all. But yeah, I guess my first save is 20 days from now. So hopefully I can just show a few more story cutscenes and then we'll be on track. Oh, investigate smart zombies. I can force this. Where? Where do I investigate them? Well, it looks like trouble's found me, because I didn't do anything. So, something weird is going on with these zombies. I was back from killing zombies, and I spotted 5 of them clustered around a Cadillac convertible. Sound familiar? They seem to be loading boxes into the trunk. I know, impossible. But the weird thing is their leader. He looked like one of the Rotten. Infected, but still human. He's shouting orders at them and waving his hands a lot. And he's wearing a McNoodles manager's outfit. Even a Rotten wouldn't be caught dead in one of those. Pun intended. We're gonna, I don't remember what I did originally. But I'm gonna get closer. Yup, definitely zombies, no doubt about that. I made too much noise as I snuck up on them, and they sprang at me like any natural Zed. All claw hands and bitey mouths and terror-inducing roars. The difference was, one of them was holding a tyrant iron, mechanically moving its arm up and down as it ran at me. And then they spread out like they were going to surround me. Unfortunately, I couldn't learn any more as I was too busy running for my life. And that was Alex Broski, so I guess just randomly killing zombies up here is what triggered that. Manager of the Month. Remember that McNoodles manager who was ordering around those zombies? We found him. Well, not exactly, but we found a picture of him in the McNoodles. His name is Kevin Clark, and he was the Manager of the Month for 24 months running. But oddly, all of the portraits have been defaced. Some of the eyes have been poked out, some have mustaches and penises drawn over them. One has the words Loser of the Month scribbled on it, and another just Jerkface. I guess his employees didn't like this clerk guy much. I mean, we're just guessing that from completely innocuous context clues. It might not be true. Alright, a little bit later, I was trying to jimmy open the rusted trunk of a car when I caught the depressingly familiar smell of decaying flesh on the wind. Not wanting to stick around, I tried sprinting back to the base, but every route I took was blocked by the undead. Before long, I found myself cornered in the ball pit of an old McNoodles, as the dead claw at the torn netting surrounding the structure. Then as one, they hesitated, and the one closest to the door tentatively reached for the handle. I'm going to demand that Kevin Clark show himself. "Who the hell do you think you are, shouting orders for Mr. Clark, master of the undead?" cried a green-skinned man in a McNoodles uniform. He was flanked by an elderly zombie in an old tuxedo who seemed to be his servant. As Clark strode to the ball pit, the Zed who had been chasing me rushed to part in front of him, tripping over one another as they did so. Before he made it to me, half of the group was writhing on the ground. "Incompetence!" Clark yelled, kicking one. He got down to business. "I am the president and founder of the Undead Republic of Clarkania. We just opened a franchise in Midshine, henceforth known as Clarkston. Since you are now trespassing on my property, which includes the entire city bounds, I demand that you and your faction leave immediately. I have tasked super squads of my employee to ensure that you vacate in a timely and efficient manner." Despite the goofy outfit and the silly mwahaha laughter, he sounded like he meant it. Roaming zombies have now appeared. Now, I better explain it now because I don't know how much I'm going to explain, later. But, roaming zombies are rough. What they do is that anytime you leave your city bounds, they will attack people who are doing things on them, and they are harder to kill than regular zombies. So if you have a scavenger, say, and one of these roaming zombies come up, there is a good chance the scavenger will die if he's not protected. So it makes the game a lot trickier, so you have to be very careful. But right now my mission is to find the HQ. The Mad McNoodles manager has unleashed some sort of intelligent zombies on Midtown. We have to find and stop him before he causes even more trouble. Maybe one of these mobs of smart-wielding zombies could lead us back to him. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some guys and I'm gonna try to kill some of the roamers, and hopefully that'll work. It looks like it's just Alex Broski and the man. He was injured, which is too... maybe I should wait for him to be healed, actually. Yeah. Because the roamers really can be rough, and I wouldn't want to lose Broski. So let's just wait for him to be healed. Oh, we can start a constitution. That's nice. I did just build the city hall. I don't remember what I picked as the constitution, clearly, so I'm not even going to show it because it's going to be different. Alright, I didn't realize this before, but it's here. It's already over there. It just reveals on the map. This is not where it is in my other save file, but, you know. Their city hall was once a McNoodles. Clumsily painted white, topped with randomly askew flags, surrounded by a high chain-link fence. And there's zombies with clubs, and there's still a lot of zombies, and blah, blah, blah. How are we going to handle this is the question. I think I'm going to use leadership. I did send the man here, and he is a leader, more than a fighter, but damn can he throw down. Still, I yelled for Mr. Clark to come out, promising a business deal with amicable terms. The guards shambled over the fence, clawing and bashing at it with their guns. But we held our ground on the other side. After a few minutes, Clark's zombie butler toddled out the main doors into the fray. He stuck his hand through the fence and dropped something on the ground. A key to a service entrance on the other side of the building. Mr. Clark was reprimanding a zombie in a tuxedo when we entered the mayor's office. No, no, Jenkins, you bow at the waist, and you can't let your hat fall on the floor like that. Damn it, Jenkins, stop drooling! When he noticed us, Clark sighed. Oh, for Pete's sake. He said, Not you again. Why haven't you left the town or died? I'm going to say that this franchise is illegal. Clark interrupted before I could speak. You humans are all the same. When I became infected, I had to hide in graveyards for weeks because you lot would kill anything that couldn't keep its skin on. I'd yell, hey, I'm sentient over here, and you'd shoot anyway. This kind of thing is exactly what happened at the McNoodles. Nobody listened. The other employees were useless insubordinates. And the customers, such entitled brats. Blah, 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 say it extra soy sauce, blah, blah, my noodles are cold. Continue to listen to his rantings. They're supposed to be cold, you nincompoop! It's Zora Sorba! And if the counter staff weren't too busy gazing at their navels in a drug-infused haze, they'd have told you that. Not to mention those clueless stoners never remembered to refill the sauce packet dispenser. We let the strange man build himself into a frenzy over the management of a long-gone fast food restaurant until he finally brought the rant back around to our presence here in Clarkston. And now there's you, he said, invading my headquarters, refusing to die. I'm gonna ask him if we can work anything out. Tat, 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 he yelled, staring at Jenkins, who dropped his hat and fell over trying to catch it. I've had enough of trying to be civilized. Jenkins, kill them. Jenkins just blinked at us and dripped spittle down his waistcoat. It was the last straw for Mr. Clark. He tore at his hair, screaming, Fools! Incompetence! This is the last time I'll be embarrassed on my own property! He then turned and leapt out the window. Oh, that was weird. As he hobbled to his Cadillac on a sprained ankle, Clark yelled at us, Ha! The City Hall was only our customer service department! You'll never find our secret headquarters. We are clearly dealing with a madman here. Or a half-mad rotten or whatever he is. The attacks from his super employees won't stop until we find the secret headquarters somehow. In the meantime, I guess the City Hall is ours. So, you can actually capture this City Hall, and then this will be your City Hall. It's a really weird situation, because the City Hall's not connected to your base, and you can move out from the base, from the City Hall. However, that was the last storyline before my save, and now I can load, and we can actually see what's really going on here. Alright, so, yeah, this is the real file that I had. I guess the biggest difference is that, first of all, I started Stephanie on research a lot quicker. We had a nice lab right nearby. But most everything else, probably the same. Right now I need to find the hidden HQ. Now, supposedly, some of the roaming zombies might lead me to it. And I guess we should... I need to stop that attack. Can I... Yeah. I don't want them to take the lab. But I guess the biggest difference is that this headquarters is down here instead of up there. And I think I'm just going to keep it like that. Maybe I'll just kill a few zombies around here. Hopefully they can take care of things up there. Okay, well, here's a problem. First of all, alright, I have 10 bullets left. Let's balance ammo use. We're going to keep that the same. Also, let me check out the government. What type of government did I make? I don't even know. It doesn't actually tell me what my thing is called, but alright, so, leader chooses policies, wealth distribution favors hardest worker. It looks like I did pretty much, I did stranger danger with caution, that's not what I usually pick. And keeping people safe, so I'm basically a, military dictator. I'm guessing my logic was, crazy things are happening, and we need to form an army to repel them, which I kinda do. There's a bunch of smart Zeds going around. But, yeah, the man, as much as I would love to, defend against the oncoming zombies and the encroaching Last Judgment, these guys that are attacking these zombies are going to be attacked by these roamers if I don't pin them here. Now, so these roamers could actually interfere with my zombie killing and attack the guys that are killing zombies. However, if you send someone to kill zombies, to kill the roaming zombies, they'll stay there. You just have to be careful, like, definitely make sure they can handle themselves, because roaming zombies are very dangerous. And we've got to watch out for Clark's super zombies. They seem to be specifically going for survivors while they're out on missions. And are a lot more dangerous than the regular zombie hordes. Commander the Man spotted the group while he was out killing zombies, and was a quick enough thinker to sneak after them to see where they went. And it looks like they've gone to a graveyard, so that's the secret base that I need to attack. Boom. Uh-oh. Now they're attacking. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Let's see. Where's the secret headquarters? Not there. It's down. Oh! It's the place that I was just attacking. That's interesting. We should probably take care of that. Let me just kill... Well, I don't need to kill the roamers. They never attack the base. But I guess I should also just look around, because you don't know any of these guys. Let's see. Let's make zombie bait. There's a reason for that. So these are my real survivors. Let's just go the once over. We've got leader here. We've got Captain Cox, who has a nice Indiana Jones whip. We've got 2 builders. We've got him and his son, who was one of the builders. I don't remember the circumstance that I got any of these people. Do you have the real? He has the real binoculars. I did take them. Interesting. Okay. I don't know anything about her. I don't know anything about anyone. It seems I've acquired some samurai swords, though. Of course, we've got old Shoeless and Stephanie. And, of course, Alex Broski. So, nothing really crazy happened, fortunately. Except for this. So, number 1, I have my perks back. I have the Priest perk that I wish I could have shown you, but I can't. And I have the construction perk that I got in the last episode. In addition, though, and this it sucks that I didn't get to show this, but one of the rifts challenged me to a duel. Malik actually challenged me to the duel. He said my strongest fighter. My strongest fighter was the man. And I lost, but he respected me so much because he had to work for it that I am now an honorary riff. So the man is an honorary riff. They really don't remember what happens from town to town. I guess he doesn't remember that I betrayed him that one time. But, I think that's pretty damn cool. But anyway, we're going to attack the graveyard and see if we can get rid of these roaming zombies. Alright. The graveyard was crawling with Zed. Most of them, Clark's trained super zombies, which are now running around outfitted with weapons and armor, duct taping them in place. A frontal assault would be hard. Whatever our plan, it's going to be really dangerous, and we might not all make it back from this one alive. I wouldn't blame anyone from backing out if they don't think they're up for it. We're going to snipe them from a distance. Now, if you do not have a good enough fighting force for either charge, you need a crazy fighting force. Even for sniping, though, if you don't have a good enough fighting force, one of your survivors will die. So I don't know what the limit is, just make sure you take enough people. I was doing experiments before, and Alex Broski, the man, and one other person were not enough. The other guy who wasn't my 2 main characters died. Just kind of a red shirt Star Trek situation. After hours of fighting, Clark herded the remaining zombies into a solid stone mausoleum. We were forced to tackle it head-on and force our way in. It felt ironic. The zombies holed up inside and we were trying to take down their fort. We used the techniques that we learned from them. Attack from all sides at once. Never give them a chance to regroup. Finally, Mr. Clark yelled, Okay, you win already! I'm coming out. We waited for Clark to come out of the tomb, then suddenly heard the roar of a car engine. Clark burst out of the doors in his 1950s Cadillac, one hand on the wheel and the other one giving us the finger. Whatever he yelled was lost in the noise, but it sounded like, I'll get you next time, you meddling kids! Seriously? Inside we found Jenkins' zombie butler, looking confused. He slowly raised an arm and offered me a clinking cup of tea. I think we'll keep him. Commander the man. Yeah, so just make sure you have a strong enough force and you'll beat him. I don't think the roaming zombies actually leave, though. I think they're just here. So be careful about that. But good, now we have the zombie butler Jenkins. You know, he doesn't look like much of a butler. In fact, he's dressed almost identically to me. It's a little bit creepy. We can give you a hammer. He's a scavenger, interestingly enough. And he has the same perks as... Well, he has good cook. That's weird. Oh, it's because he's a butler. That makes sense. But he also doesn't need to eat food. And he is immune. So if you're going to take a scavenger with you, I'd say, you know, he's a good bet. Because he kind of starts out pretty awesome. Might as well have him scavenge for a few things, right? So now we're getting closer to the part where I will be able to use my original recording. Hopefully I've caused things to match up close enough. That's all I was trying to do. I'm just really... I wish you could seen the original episode. I don't have sometimes I've lost an episode and I was like, that's perfect. It was great. I'm extremely sad that I've lost it. To be honest, I don't remember what I lost. It was too long ago. It was like a month at this, maybe a few weeks. Just a few weeks, but it was better than this. Like, I got to show more than just the story, you know? Oh well. But that's just what it is. I'm gonna help you. Sometimes these guys rob you, by the way. So far, I've never shown that on screen. They've always been helpful. I've just been lucky in that respect. Now we're gonna put these guys to words. But now the only thing I need to do is make fun of these factions. All I need to do is deal with these factions. I think I'm gonna cut it there, though. I have a tiny little bit more to record to link up the 2 episodes, but I've run out of time. This last part, like, basically what you just saw, I recorded 4 or 5 days ago. Right now, this is recorded, like, 2 days before I have to upload the episode. Or actually, it's tomorrow, isn't it? Alright. I've run out of time. I've been visiting my hometown for the last week, and we've been doing a lot of stuff, and then there's work, so this was not the right time to lose recording information, but I did what I could. I'm sorry if this episode was lacking, but there's nothing I could do about it. So next episode, I'll have recorded a tiny little lead-in, and then we'll be back to my original footage. And hopefully this will not happen again. I am CrossKnights, and I'll see you guys later.